All right. We're here with Ashiok Dream Render. Looks kind of weird, I know. But what I like about it is its main deck Graveyard Hate, so it attacks all of those strategies. It also denies green ramp spells. It denies black tutors. Some of the blue tutors, there's not too many. Same with the white tutors, like Idyllic Tutor. Things like Fabled Passage don't work. There's a ton of nuances with this as your commander, so I think it's worth a shot. And also, I kind of want to play a blue-black control list, as one does. For cards in the latest set, I have Jin Gataxian is here. I'd like to see how he is just in a deck, not necessarily as your commander. And I think there was another card, but not too many from the new set. We're also... Ooh, let me drop that. I actually want Thoughtseize in here. Yeah, it's Discover the Impossible as well. We're also running the big Ashiok. We're not running... What's the typical one? Scarab God, because we usually minus this and they don't have a graveyard, so we don't have anything to like cheat with the Scarab God. It is still a very difficult card to deal with, but it's kind of like a 5/5 that when it dies, it goes back to your hand. The additive ability is not there. We're not playing Gear Hulk either. The blue one. Just actually, might want to drop some of the other expensive cards, maybe like Commence. Yeah, because I want Thoughtseize, and I think I actually do want Inquisition to start, just because I want to attack early pressure, and given that we're Ashiok, it's pretty likely we bump into like more aggro decks than usual. I don't know. I'm gonna bank on that. But yeah, we have the 2 mana rocks, and then to the 4 mana rocks. I'm still off of the 3 mana ones, just not big on them. Ton of counterspells, ton of removal, discards, the sweepers you can run. Have some value like Gaunty, Hostage Taker. Vraska's Contempt is, everyone likes Eat to Extinction instead. I don't really see Contempt too often, but I'm going to try both, see how slow of a game we can play in a controlling fashion. And yeah, pretty straightforward outside of that. I don't think there's anything spicy in here. Don't think so. Even though I just made it. Except maybe Chinkataxias. Yeah. Yeah, so let's play some Magic. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, make more YouTube accounts to subscribe again. And yeah. Let's play Magic the Gathering. Actually, I don't know if I can even say that. I feel like YouTube would yell at me if I told people to make multiple YouTube accounts. At that point, you'd have to like, I'm better off buying or hiring some guy that has like some bot thing that just subscribes like 1,000 subs to you or something. Although I feel like YouTube would just know that is happening. I feel like it'd be kind of obvious. Also, I don't think I would be able to afford it. It probably costs like $500. All right. The Scarab God. So their Scarab God probably won't do anything this game, but we still have to beat it. It's still a 5/5 that comes out of the command zone, so I really have to like counter it. Well, this is similar. We don't really care about any of this, so I'm going to take the Dark Ritual so they don't cheat out anything too fast before I can deal with it. Don't care about Hostage Taker. I definitely don't care about Jinkataxias. Let's play Thriving. Yeah, let's play this. We're not going to posture a 2 mana counterspell. They don't even have anything to cast. It would be nice to stick my commander, honestly. And it looks like it will resolve and they won't be able to do anything on the crackback, so I'm just going to try. Oh, no, they have something. Okay. Supreme Will. This seems like a fair trade to me. I'm actually kind of surprised they were interested in countering this. They felt like it was a threatening issue, maybe? What? Okay, well, if you didn't have a land in hand, you certainly should have just found one off of this. Like, yeah, I don't know. That seems strange to me. But hey, we'll take it. We won the blue-black control mirror instantly. Easy, easy. Look at that. They shame conceded because I assume they did not have a land, or reality sank in that they probably just wasted a counterspell on something that very likely could not have been relevant. It does shut down their Scarab God when they go to play creatures that I kill so they can't recur them, but there's still the looming threat of not being able to deal with the Scarab God. I think I would have waited. Okay. Check for traps. We got discard. We have 2 tutors, a sweeper against Tatyova. Okay. For not keeping this, what are we keeping, I guess? Alright, so Guildgate. I don't even like Hive of the Eye Tyrant, because, again, we kind of keep our opponent's graveyards, like, totally shut down, like, forever in old ways. Alright, what do we got here? Paradise Druid Stifle? Okay, well, I'm going to take that. They have Stifle in their hand. Alright, well, it's horrible when your opponent knows about it. We're going to snap off this, because denying a blue-green deck the ability to ramp seems quite nice. And I guess I'll minus a few times. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? Oh, they were going to draw 2 lands in a row. Rip. Rip. Alright, scry on top. Do it. Do it. Do it. They did it. What did you put on top? Let's see here. They put a land on top. Alright. They're playing 4D chess with me. I'm upset. Alright, I'm not going to play anything in the face of that Disdainful Stroke. We'll go get a counterspell, I think. Wash Away seems like a good idea. But maybe more a universal counterspell seems like a better idea. Yeah, maybe just counterspell. Opponent's fallen asleep. Oops. Oh no. Oh no, what have I done? Oh no. Okay, so we played against Tatyova. So I don't know where we're thrown in with like a tier list here. I don't know what bucket they put 3-mana Ashiok, but let's keep going. Oh, the loading tab just the tip said something about emotes, but I didn't get to finish reading it. How fitting. Teferi. Alright, this is a bad one, because if that resolves, we're in serious trouble unless I like mulligan for a Planeswalker removal spell. We're on the play with a counterspell, so... And it costs 4, it does not cost 3. That seems reasonable. Kind of want to land, but we have 2 more, 3 more, kind of. I can wait. Yeah, just ruin anyways. Alright. Opponent has no... Do we cast Ashiok, or do we cast Grim Tutor? This is another matchup where I feel like Ashiok's not super relevant, so if I can bait counterspells... I'm surprised how many people are instantly going to counter this. I find that actually kind of strange. But okay. I feel like every time it gets countered, it's a win. I feel like I'm in a good position every time it gets countered. Let's play you as a land. Pass. So do we have an advantage over a white deck as black? I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. Maybe not. We can try to resolve this, but then Teferi... No, we just pass. Depends on how slow their deck is. The mill might hurt. No. No, that's not. Because I'd have to recast it. I would have to kill my own commander and then just do it again, and I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not going to win with that strategy. There's a chance I hit something decent, but that's just not really a realistic thing to, like, attempt. This is quite aggressive here. Okay. I just wouldn't do that. Well, you got this far. I really hope it was worth it, opponent, because I can just kill this now. The advantage of being black is quite nice here. Oh, they instantly -3. I was hoping they wouldn't, but they did the right thing there, in my opinion. So we're going to kill that. Actually, we can just play Jin Gitaxias now. Opponent tapped out, and they can't bounce it with Teferi. I think it's worth an attempt to do this, because it takes 2 spells to kill, instead of, like... Because then they might tap really low, and then I can Baleful Mastery their Teferi. Unless they have enchantment removal, then I guess we just lose. Oh, come on. Come on. Ugh, that is so annoying. Alright, so we we kill Teferi. And Firemine Vessel or Grim Tutor? We don't have all that black. I played this probably on the wrong side. Alright. Well, at least we don't really care about Teferi. Oh, they put it into their graveyard? Why did they do that? Oh, just to reanimate it with... Okay, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll just cast a tutor here. Seems fine. Okay, never mind. Guess I'm gonna cast you. This isn't Elden Ring? Well, if you look hard enough. Sure, you have Teferi back. Well, they don't have anything to bounce. Well, I guess they can bounce the vessel, actually. Yeah, they have something to bounce. Alright, well, apparently I was wrong. Opponent just had the penultimate god tier answer in their deck, because why wouldn't they? So nothing matters. Sure. Okay. Didn't expect that one. Yep. So we cast this here. Teferi's not even... I mean, it is kind of doing things against us, but... I don't know what else they're posturing that we're willing to fight over anyways. I don't want to cast anything, so... I'm surprised that resolved. I doubt they're gonna go for it again. Oh, just the better Teferi. Silly me. Cool. Congratulations. Alright. Well, they drew more cards than us, and we lose because of it. We can remedy that with maybe some card draw. We don't have a ton of it, but it doesn't feel like it's super important. We don't tend to fall behind. At least not yet, but we can look into that. Inquisition is actually good against that deck in particular, because everything costs like 3 or less. Yeah, maybe we can drop Ujin. Yeah, we'll just drop Ujin. What's the best card draw spell? Probably one of the 4-mana ones. Chemister's Insight. No, probably the Foretell one. I like that one more. I almost want another one. Maybe we can drop another 6-mana card. I'm curious how many times this deck even goes to 6 mana. Do we want Chemister's Insight? I really do like this one. I think I'm going to do that one. Yeah. I think we're going to do that one. Alright. Unfortunately, we can't play Teferi, so... If we could. Oh, just go Esper. Drop Ashiok. Also, yeah, our opponent played the best Teferi out of hand. So, they had Elspeth Conquers Death and Teferi in the top, like, 15 cards. So, this is not much I'm going to be able to do if they can protect both of those. I wonder how many answers they have to Jin Gitaxias, because I don't think it's many. They had a sweeper in hand, but they'd have to double up with another spell. Okay, so this is the graveyard one? Yeah, so we're against a matchup we're feeling good about, finally. We're finally doing some graveyard hate here. I don't have to immediately minus this, but I guess it's like sort of free to do it at least once or twice before they actually have things in their own graveyard. Alright, don't play a Menadork. And specifically not the... Okay, good. So do we play Hedron Archive here? No, we're just going to play Ashiok. And we're going to... Whoop! Land, Wall of Blossoms... 2 lands, Wall of Blossoms, and a Sky Scanner. Oh yeah, that was a... We really got him there. Really stuck it to him there. Alright, they found black mana. They don't immediately kill Ashiok. They also cannot cast ramp spells, which is nice. Alright, we got a removal spell out of there, and not too bad. Play a land. I want to play this, but I think Gonti's a little better. We don't have a counterspell. Maybe protecting myself against some weird nonsense, like a flash threat. Swords of Plowshares. Okay, sure. I mean, there's really not a lot of time. Ooh! Ooh. Okay. Teferi's Protection's not bad, but it's not great. They might be a Casualties of War deck, but still doesn't seem like. Mill 2. Alright, so now we can maybe hold on to Ashiok till they start milling themselves, which they just did. Oh, we can wait till they play that. I'd like to kill this. So I will. Yeah. We're going to play Archive and then feed the Swarm. And then wait to mill them till after. Wait, how does this read? Exile it 5 cards, put a land on top. Okay, there's no land currently, so they play a. It has to be a green source too. It can't just be. Well, that doesn't do it. Sure. I really want to wait till this is resolved to minus again. Ooh, they didn't hit any lands? Ooh, ooh. Alright. Toski. Toski. Let's minus. Reset this graveyard here if it becomes a problem. Oh, yes. Alright, we'll run out, I think, search for Skanta and pass. We have a blocker. They can't swing. They have to start blocking this. Alright, so we can minus Ashiok again to deny this. I also don't really care if they put a... Yeah, okay. Oh no, they Bajuka bogged me. I guess. I lost my 1 card I can't interact with. Alright, well we want that to kill this. It's when it dies, right? Yeah, so if I exile it, they don't get the trigger. So I can just eat to extinction it. They're basically forced to block Toski. Guess we'll lead with that before we do anything. They have to block this. There's no way you... Wow. That doesn't... I really don't think that's correct in any way. Alright, can we punish this? We can technically just kill this. They have no mutate target, and then I can just deny them a graveyard again. Alright, we've exiled, what, 30 cards? They still can't... Oh! We did it! Yes! Nobody reads it. Nobody reads it. Oh, yes. Oh my god. I thought that was going to take a minute, dude. Like, Narset, people just don't... They don't pay attention, man. Texting while driving, man. Can't be doing that. Got him. Got him. That's good. That gets me excited. Oh, yes. Yes. And you know they're going to shame concede after, too, right? Like, oh, I drew the best card in my deck? Let me just go... Oh. Psych. Alright. Alright. Ishi boy. This one's rough. This one's rough. I have an answer for him specifically, but I don't have an answer to the board, and you know it's a Mardu deck, so that's all they do is play to the board. His hand is not great, though. hand is really weird. Oh my god. I mean, I have to. I'm all in. I don't draw black, I lose. If I do, I might still lose. Uh-oh. They did not cast their commander. Okay, this is also a weird one. We're not terribly... We don't really care about this. What do you... I mean, you're going to take Crux of Fate? It doesn't even go... I've never had respect for this card. Making something cost 2 more seldom is, like, super relevant, right? It just doesn't really do things, at least in my opinion. Especially with one card. It's like, this is not out of the game, and now if you ever have a discard spell, you can't even discard it. What do you... You don't have anything right now? What? Okay, well, I'm not going to counter that. That was weird. They just don't have another play? I find that very strange. They also took a card we can't cast because we don't have any black mana. They did not take River's Rebuke. Let's not let that happen. I'm going to keep that locked down. Just save some life while I'm at it. While I'm sifting away here. They can obviously recast it, but that just buys me a lot of time. Didn't say please. I really wish I could double up with Chemister's Insight and Disdainful Stroke, but probably won't be able to. Oh, what is this? Bone Crusher. What? Okay. What are you doing in your deck that makes your commander any good? I haven't seen anything yet. Kind of weird. Arcane Signet. Okay. Let's counter that. Found a black source. I don't feel like I have to do anything still. We took a lot of damage from this card, but it's not... We're not dead. Now they have to worry about Crux of Fate. Like, now it's still here, and they can't discard it, so again, it just seems weird. Drana? No. Found a second black source. We're gonna do this, play land, and probably play Firemine Vessel. It's not like they can play to the board now, because we have a sweeper. We have double sweeper. They can't do anything. We just take 3. Unless they have some crazy protection spell. Teferi's protection can deny me a sweeper, I guess. I don't think I'm particularly upset about that. We've taken an insane amount of damage from this Spellbinder. And if they just pass, then... Yeah, like, what are you actually doing here, opponent? This just doesn't seem like a good thing to be doing. Mortify, Cube. None of these do anything except the Murderous Rider, so I guess I'll take that one. Let's see, do I just kill this, or... They don't have any reach in hand, so I don't really care. It's not like they're killing me out of nowhere. Let's not kill ourselves with that. Salinity Vision's alright, but I think I'll bottom it. Jace. Alright, well, we can't cast that. I guess we just pass, go down to 5. If our opponent's not going to do anything, we're going to win the game. So it's kind of on them to do something. Yeah, that was not a... That's not how you win the game there. So go down to 5. We get rid of Jace, maybe, out of hand? Sure. We could get rid of River's Rebuke as well. Let's get rid of River's Rebuke. Okay. Alright, so we can blow up the board. Non-dragons, and then I have Tail's End for their commander. Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. I have an answer to it. It will surveil a lot, but it's not really the end of the world, honestly. But it will do its thing. We can just bounce it. No, I think just killing it is better, honestly. Yeah, because we can kill it, and then we can actually steal the card they put on top. Guardian of Faith? No. Yep, so now we can steal this card, which is really funny with Siphon Insight. It's going to upset our opponent, probably. Oh, already found something good? That was fast. Wow, that was really fast. You don't see that too often. They just immediately found something they liked. We like that card. Alright, let's see what they put on top. Kroxa. Alright, well, I'm not going to give you that one. Ooh. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, there was a turn cycle where opponents, like, tried to deny... Oh, I gotta blow my nose. Let me... Excuse me. There was a turn there where, like, they had that thing that happens to some aggro players where they're like, oh, they have a sweeper in hand, so I can't play into the sweeper, but I also can't not play into the sweeper because I'm not actually killing my opponent. And then they skipped a turn, and then for some reason decided now was the turn to, like, force me to cast a sweeper when I had another land for a counterspell up. Like, you can't do both. You also put yourself in a bad position when you know about a sweeper. Like, the knowledge that that was a sweeper was advantageous towards us because then they started having to respect it, and it put them in a bind. So, Spellbinder was actually bad for our opponent. Because otherwise, your typical aggro player will probably just play the cards, and if you have it, you do. If you don't, you don't. Right? They would have just played stuff, and we would have been answering it all the same. But they would have been more aggressive. So, playing it weird, playing it loose there. Typical aggro player, dare I say? I can't say that though. I mean, I can. Let's foretell. Still isn't Elden Ring. You're not looking hard enough. Okay, so Mardu tokens. I don't. Whenever you cast a legendary in the graveyard, spell. Okay, wasn't expecting this in any way. Kind of weird. Sure. Tybalt? It makes what, two? We don't have any life gain, and the two devils don't matter, so I don't really care. Also, there's far more scary cards than a Tybalt that will eventually have no abilities. They made a 3-mana make 2 devils, and I can't gain life, which I don't do anyways. Foretell this and pass. I heard Elden Ring doesn't run on computers. It's like stuttering super bad for people. Because I was thinking about getting it. I would not stream it though. They did not minus Tybalt. I feel like that was a mistake. An oversight. Not sure what they were thinking there. It's kind of weird. I don't know why you wouldn't. Guardian Idol tapped land? We don't have a 3-mana card to cast, so I guess so. Yeah, that's fine. Whoop. And pass. I'm definitely not going to Bloodchief's Thirst a Tybalt. You're gonna bedevil my Guardian Idol? Okay. Sure. That's adorable. Yeah, it's pretty cheeks on PC. No Phyrexian Arena? No, I'm not playing it. I think at this point it'll just kill me. Given what our opponent's doing, I think we'll die to our own Phyrexian Arena. Uh, do we just leave up Tail's End? Saw it coming, steal a devil? I feel like I'm not going to get much more value out of this, so that seems fine. It also develops a creature. And I assume they have a bunch of removal, and I really don't care if I lose Hostage Taker. That seems like a weird... Yeah, sure. Yeah, you saved a 1/1. Alright, they found a land. Is this another opponent where they think dealing 3 a turn is enough? Why are they not minusing Tibalt? I don't understand. I genuinely don't get it. Why are you doing this? Alright, at this point we don't have anything to do, and I'm not going to do nothing. So I might just kill the Tibalt. Or just one of these tokens. It's 4 mana. No, we can just kill Tibalt. Because I don't want to just have done nothing this turn. I'll just kill this. Okay. I mean, you put us both in this board state. You make 2... Okay, you have more tokens. If I don't find a sweeper, I'm screwed. What is the flashback on this? Destroy a creature? Okay. Opponent figured out combat. And they play Woe Strider. Now that's counterworthy. I don't want them to scry into anything good. I can also mill that with Ashiok. They don't have the mana to recast it. I guess I will? Yeah, I'd rather not have my opponent do anything next turn. This might also distract our opponent from not just killing us in 2 attacks. Kind of unlikely, but not impossible. Alright. Let's see if they kill Ashiok for no reason. Nope. Opponent does the right thing here. He should still cast things to force me to do stuff. I wasn't expecting that. Should I counter that? If 3 mana left? Ashiok's not super strong right now. I don't think I need Ashiok for any reason. I don't think the game's about Ashiok. I think if we don't draw something, we're dead anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Wow, we just died to tokens, huh? That's unfortunate. When it dies, create X11 Sabotage. So I can play this and then still die. Can play 2, go down to 3. They have to have no removal spell. Okay, I mean, we go down to 1? Does this kill us immediately? Cast a spell, pay each creature's action and deal 3. That doesn't kill us immediately. So they just drew a land for the turn. Sacrifice a creature. Oh, okay. They had to draw a land to kill us. Cool. Alright, we're dead. Whatever. Moving on. Yeah, Phyrexian Arena would have killed us if we played it. I mean, we can try to bank on drawing something that gets us out of that, but I really was not expecting a token strategy at all, actually. I can't believe that just slowly killed us. I mean, we just died to 3 1/1s. That's actually insane. Just nothing to do against it. We could have killed one. They could have killed us even faster if they made another token, but for some reason they weren't doing that. Opponent had way too much time, though. It's just way too much time. Alright, this is the Vadric but worse card. Sure. This is 2 or more? Oh, well, that's not the new one. The slow lands, whatever you want to call them. This feels like another matchup where our opponent will, like, try to stop Ashiok, and it's just probably not a good idea to do it, so I will bait a counterspell. I love it when this gets countered, I'm not going to lie. It feels so irrelevant in certain matchups, people are just still scared of it. Now, maybe they do play with their graveyard somewhat, but it still just seems like a win every time. Like, we just kill their commander here. They don't cast their commander. That's quite strange to me, actually. I'll just throw out Ashiok again. Okay. Yep, just throw Ashiok back out there. Knock yourself out. You're scared of it? I'm going to make you continue to do something about it. For what? One for each card in your graveyard. Okay. Sure. I could have played around that one? Oh, yeah, I could have played around that. Yeah, guess I could have. Just didn't. Again? Okay. Sure. Their hand seems really bad. Like, their hand doesn't seem to play with their commander in any way. Currently. Okay, so now they decided to do this. Sure. Oh, I guess Ashiok does attack this to a degree. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. We will try to steal it. Or do we just kill it? I think we just kill it the normal way. Yeah, we're just going to do this instead. I can play Vessel. Oh, but it enters tapped, so I can't leave up a counterspell. Alright, I'll just pass then. They countered Ashiok 3 times. It's more relevant than I had thought, because I didn't actually read their commander. Cares about its own graveyard or whatever. They do not have a land? Interesting. Let's see if they counter this. Okay. I feel like it was important to do that on your own turn to find a land drop. Especially if... I mean, you're posturing a counterspell, but I don't know what you expect me to cast. That's a problem. Seems kind of weird. Brainstorm? Okay. Certainly drew that off of the Thirst, otherwise they did this backwards. Well, they certainly found a land. They saw 6 new cards. And pass. Brawl? Well, that's kind of a problem. I wonder if it's worth fighting over for the opponent. Apparently not. I don't want to land. Alright. Guess we pass. I am totally comfortable with the draw go strategy. I think we're in a little bit of an advantage with the draw go strategy here. Well, there's no way you're countering this. I'll crack Mindstone on their end step, I think. Well, we knew that's what they drew for the turn. Okay. Okay, play a land, pass. Mana Rock? Yep, to the surprise of no one. I wonder if I swing with Guardian Idol at some point. I don't think so. We're both at 25. That's kind of funny. No pressure to either person's face. Unfortunately, this does not have flash and can be countered, so I will probably never get an opportunity to cast it. Okay, they loot with the Celestius. That's fine. They probably only get 1 loot off of this, because after that it's hard for them to, like, get this to keep doing that. I'm curious if they really want to counter this again. I mean, I have counter magic on the backswing, but I feel like at this point, if we're going to discard, then I'd rather them not get value out of their cards, so they have to discard them, right? Force them to just cast their counterspells that are otherwise, like, not great. Prismari Command, looks like it. I don't have an answer for it. Magma Opus. Tap, deal 4? No. Interesting. Okay, I think that's what they drew for the turn. Oh boy. They're not looting with the Celestials. They're not like activating it on their own turn, which is kind of reasonable. They're just not doing it. Another Mana Rock. No. Alright, so now they are doing it. So it should happen again. Certainly wish I had Cosmos Elixir this game instead of Fire Mind Vessel. Opponents just pitching lands left and right. Do we just force out a Counterspell here? We have Counter Magic on the back swing. I feel like I just... What am I really doing, though? What is Ashiok doing? It's not like they're doing anything with their graveyard. Search for Iskanta. That's kind of a problem. Opponent's probably willing to fight over their graveyard if this resolves, so I might as well start the fight now, and then I can try to fight again. I can steal the Celestius with Hostage Taker, but I don't expect that to actually work. I don't expect it to work. I can't double up on anything threatening, unfortunately. It's just one or the other. Yeah, this is not great. I guess I'll lead with... This is going to flip if I don't try Ashiok, but Ashiok's not going to resolve anyways, so I might as well try to steal the Celestius instead. I think we're going to lose this game, ladies and gentlemen. Which one's more important? I guess Ashiok. I care less about Ashiok, so I'll just try to resolve it. Alright, it resolved. That's decent. We can reset their graveyard. I didn't expect that. Yep, they just... Okay. They're down to 3 cards. Kind of surprised. They milled over a Vengeance. They just snap off their commander. That's adorable. Play a land, which I think was a card for turn. Royal Scions is a bit annoying. Draw, discard. So now they could have another counterspell, which would be not good for us. But I don't really have much of a choice to... I don't know. This doesn't feel good anymore. Where are all my discard spells, please? I just want one discard spell. It would be great. Let's try to attack their commander. Alright. Then we can kill the Royal Scions here. They can't target this with Ward 4. They just can't target it with literally anything, so... Just get to kill this Scions, which is really, really nice. If they did have a counter spell, they could have stopped this by chump blocking, countering my removal spell, it is. But they chose not to. They milled DRC. Supreme Will will probably not counter anything, so I'll probably just cantrip it. Oh, is this another Mana Rock? Well, whatever it is, they have backup mana. Expansion Explosion? I don't know. Nothing. Sure. Let's do this then. You want to counter this? Really? Wow. I would never counter that. Would never counter that. In a million years. But okay. So we're in a position where we have nothing to do. except swing with Hall of the Storm Giants, but I don't expect that to kill our opponent. I'd much rather just bait another counterspell. I mean, okay. Just keep going. Commit. That is not what I expected as a counterspell, honestly. I think I'm going to put Ashiok in my library. I think that's reasonable, actually. It looks weird, but I think that's fine. They can even, like, memory and make me lose Ashiok completely, but again, I don't think I'd care too much. I don't need Ashiok that bad. If they flip Wisconsin, so be it. I can't stop it, obviously, so it doesn't matter anymore. They're not going to cast Memory, though. Without, like, Narset in play, it doesn't make any sense. But at this point, it's just, I don't know what we can do. They have Wisconsin going, so they have, like, access to everything great. Four, five, six, seven. I don't know. I kind of would like them to memory, so having put it in my graveyard feels good. Or put it in my library feels fine. Time Warp. Okay, so it just cycles itself. I don't think we care about that one. Okay. Oh, they can copy it. Alright, that's not good. They said oops. I don't know why they said oops. Apparently this is game, but I don't know how. What is this? Instant sorcery? Yeah, I can't do nothing. That's only 12 damage? Something like that? Thirst? Okay. So now it's 16 damage. It's 18 damage. It's 19, 20, 21, 22. 23, 24. And 25. Alright. Yep. Guess I ran out of gas, and they never did. Escanta just turned the tides. I could have maybe tried to get Ashiok into play, finagle it better. I did not expect it to be relevant in any way, but I guess it kind of was. But the turn cycle in which they could start doing stuff, it didn't matter if I had Ashiok, because increasing Vengeance was enough to just copy Time Warp. I don't know why they said oops. Maybe they thought I had a counterspell and they just blew themselves out of the water. But we did not have a counterspell, so they did not blow themselves out of the water. That sucks, though. Alright, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to play an island. Opponent looks to be on is it control rather than looting. And that's not a huge difference, yeah. I do like this deck. Oh, they have it? Of course they have it. They have Dark Ritual. I'm saying it now. They absolutely have Dark Ritual. What a depressing turn of tables have turned here. I wonder if they just snap it off. No, they don't. Okay. There's nothing else that could be one black and turn one at instant speed with no targets in play than that. Do I counter this? If I counter it, I have no answer at all to Liliana, but I don't think I can play like that. Alright, we found the answer to Liliana. I guess. We had to counter a tutor, which sucks, knowing what our commander can do. Okay, that's kind of unexpected. Can we play our commander yet? No. We need 6 mana. It's an awful lot of lands. Massacre Worm? Opponent's just snapping off all the goofiest stuff here. Okay. I technically have an answer to it. I won't for a while, though. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying, but I guess... Yep, I'm just going to be taking 6 damage. That is a lot of lands, opponent. Wow, you're just going full aggression here. Okay. One of their cards is Dark Ritual. I guess I gotta cast this now, and then play this as a land and pass. We can Blood Chief's Thirst Professor Onyx. No respect for a 2-mana counterspell at all. Hostage Taker's interesting, but not interesting enough. I think we're going to take 6 again. Go down to 5. The other Liliana, that's funny. No. Alright, so we can Hostage Taker it, but we can't recast it. Yeah, we have to just exile, say even. And pass. We are kind of out of gas, though. Don't really have anything going on. Opponent respects absolutely nothing. And we lose to this. I don't know what we can do now. Well, that is an answer, but it's still just drawing cards, and I can't do anything about that. They can recast it again next turn because of the Dark Ritual. They chose to not take Thoughtseize there. That's kind of strange. Interesting. We can run out Ashiok. We're not doing anything else. No, I think Scrying is better. I don't see them as actively interacting with their graveyard. But no, I'm just gonna cast it. We're just going in with it. Oh, activate it, please. Please. Do it. Just activate it. Yes! 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 Oh, we get it. We get one too. We actually get to activate it, and they don't on the backsling. That's really funny. We actually get to use this right now. That is awesome. We can dump our hand. Honden is not very scary. I don't care about Hostage Taker. I think I'm just gonna Jace plus Jace here to look for... Wow, this really turned around, huh? Let's get rid of you. Draw. Disdainful Stroke is good. I am willing to give them this back and get a tutor out of it. I think I want a discard spell. Yeah, we want a discard spell here. We're going to take Thoughtseize. I want to see what's going on. We're at 5. That's fine. Oh, look, it's Dark Ritual. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about. Isn't that crazy? Their hand is actually horrible. Their hand is actually really bad. They can not kill Ashiok with Guardian Idol. And we lose the Hostage Taker to the Honden. We don't really care. They can put it to 1, but I can just recast them. They drew a land for the turns, also a decent land. Let's plus. We don't really have to minus. That's interesting. It draws cards. It does draw cards. I'm actually kind of on this. Alright, well, we drew poop. We drew actual poop. I don't think I want to minus Ashiok because then they get to turn on Wishclaw Talisman. Right? Because they get... Oh, they actually still get to because they get to kill it with the Faceless Haven. So I guess it was kind of free to activate, sort of. I wonder how much is... I guess 2 is going to Jace. They have to deny this ultimate or... Oh, I'm literally dead. I'm literally dead. Yeah, alright, never mind. I was at 5. I could have maybe done something about... No, there was nothing I could do about that. Yeah, no, I just died. I could have just not gotten Thoughtseize and maybe played... If I didn't get Thoughtseize, I would have gotten a Tutor or a Counterspell. Wow, I just died. I turned the game around, and then I just died to stuff. So I should have realized that and tutored for a... Wishclaw Talisman for a removal spell, obviously, was the right line there. Yeah. Did they have Faceless Haven at the time? They did not, I don't think. I don't think Faceless Haven was in that game at that time. So, it was a timely thing. But still, having a removal spell for the Guardian Idol would have made sense there. So, that's my bad. I apologize for that one. I'll take that. I'll consider that a lapse in judgment. That's weird. I feel like I would have paid more attention to it. But no, the Faceless Haven, maybe I just didn't expect to die from just Guardian Idol attacks. Yeah, I don't know. We had plenty of ways to get out of that, too, in the deck. There's a lot of answers to that just looming about. That's unfortunate. But can't win them all. I'm glad to see there's so many mono black decks in this format. So many mono black decks. Alright, this looks like a discard spell. Yep. Wait, this is the 2 or greater exile. This is the bad one, isn't it? Do I get to draft? I do. Yeah, this seems like the bad one. I guess I'll take this. I don't really think I can use it for any reason. I can cast it right now. Sure, I guess we're casting Millstone. We have a Millstone, ladies and gentlemen. If this becomes relevant, I will be beside myself. Rankle is an interesting commander. Very strange. We do have an answer to this with Ashiok. I think we're going to... What do you have to do to get this to do its thing? Exile another creature from your graveyard? Okay, so I can kill it, and then I can Ashiok. So that's kind of nifty. They do not know about the power word kill. Do they not have a land? Really? Yep, nope. Eater of Virtue? Okay. Wouldn't they... Why did you not do that pre-combat? Check for traps? I am very confused right now. I am very confused. I feel like this whole line of play was backwards. No, yeah, you gotta take the tutor. No, you gotta take the tutor. That doesn't... Gonti could literally hit poop, and then you feel really silly. You really have to take the tutor there. They have no other creature in their hand. Rankle has haste, but it doesn't immediately kill Ashiok, so this seems fine, I guess. Alright, there goes the Scrap Trawler forever. Rankle can swing at my face, but none of the 3 abilities on the card do anything. Seems like one of the weaker mono black ones, but I have not played against it yet, so... Yeah, they're just swinging at Ashiok. I don't even think I'd want to do that. Let's see here. We can leave up a Counterspell. I think I will. And I guess I'll just bait out another attack onto our Ashiok by just not activating it. It's not really doing much. Okay. Sure, I can't. It's not like I can't recast it, right? In this matchup, it's kind of just whenever I need to deal with a graveyard, I can just run him out, minus him, he dies, and then we move on. I don't think I want to mill my opponent. I don't think. Seems reckless. How many things matter in the graveyard? So far, just one. But mono black seems like a really bad thing to mill. Alright, so the fact that they're equipping makes me think they're not going to swing at Ashiok. Alright, so they've learned the error of their ways, or they just didn't want me to continue to minus, I guess. None of these are bad for me. Okay, that is kind of fine. Sure. Just sort of cast my discard spell for sort of free, basically, kind of. Alright, you know what? I'm all in. We're milling them. Blade of Oni and Nighthawk Scavenger. Okay. So we tutor for removal spell? Maybe? I'm not opposed to that. It means I'm not doing anything afterwards, though. Do I kill this? I feel like I should. Probably a good idea to do that. It is haste, so bouncing it doesn't feel like a good idea. I have a 2-mana removal spell for it, I'm pretty sure. Infernal Grasp, Feed the Swarm. Yeah, I guess Grasp is better because I lose less life. We can wait on casting it as well till after they hit us. And maybe they trigger it, make us all discard, but we just pitch the card in hand. I think that's fine. There's also a chance they just... okay. Kind of weird, but sure. Chance they just, yeah, they mess up this Rankle trigger, maybe. I am taking 5. Alright, what are we doing? Alright, good. So we kill this. They chose to draw a card instead of recast Rankle, which I find kind of strange. They discard Feed the Swarm. We drew Ashiok. Oh, but then we don't have mana to leave up Saw It Coming. Ah, man. It seems like a terrible idea to not cast this, though. No, I'm going to be stubborn. I'm going to be super stubborn. They have a discard spell, so be it, but I'm just going to be stubborn. Hopefully they just castle. We're really, what are we looking for? A land here? Yeah, we're just looking for a land. Okay. You should at least activate Castle. You might find something worth casting, though. That seems kind of weird to me. We'll take it. Mill 2. I really don't like milling my opponent. I really, like, every time I'm milling them, I'm like, oh, this isn't right. This doesn't feel right. But, do what you gotta do, I guess. No, I should probably stop millstoning. Unless I have Ashiok in play, I really should not be activating this millstone. It is extremely reckless. I don't want to minus on the Eater Virtue, because it doesn't feel like a strong card. So we won't. Do we defend Ashiok from a removal spell, I wonder? Probably, because the other thing they're doing is Rankle, which I don't imagine we're that scared of. Though, all the tokens we make might just die to a bunch of otherwise dead removal anyways. So Ashiok might not do much. I mean, there's a lot of things exiled currently because of the other Ashiok. But I don't think that's the best. Hopefully they just activate Castle here. Please don't have... Oh. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. Alright. That's, yeah. They did not activate Castle Lockman. Am confused. Yeah, alright. Kind of expected that. Kind of expected that. Weird deck. I guess being stubborn with the Ashiok paid off because I had mana to leave out. But why did they not activate Castle that last turn there? It's kind of weird. What did we mill? Soul Shatter was a good one to mill. Blade of Oni, huh? Base power 5/5, Menace, Demon. Okay. Exiled, Flying, First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Hexproof. How many card, like... Rankle already has Flying and Haste. So what are you actually giving Rankle out of a mono black deck with Eater of Virtue? Lifelink from Scavenger? Is that ever relevant though? I don't think there's any double strike cards they can be running in mono black. Death Touch does not really matter. It's Flying and Haste. It doesn't. Hexproof would, but I don't know what they can run that's hexproof. Indestructible will be like Ulamog, but it doesn't count because I have to like kill Ulamog, and you can't really do that. You really only exile or bounce it, so it's not gaining indestructible off of it. Menace doesn't matter because it's basically just flying. There's no protection. Vigilance isn't bad, but again, they're mono black. It's just lifelink. Yeah, it's just lifelink, but it doesn't seem super relevant, especially how few lifelink cards you're actually running. It's extremely difficult to pull that off. Like, you have to have that equipment, have a lifelink creature, equip the lifelink creature. The lifelink creature has to die, and then you have to cast your commander and equip your commander, and then have the lifelink be relevant in whatever matchup. That matchup, it obviously wasn't. We don't attack their life total. Most matchups don't really end up mattering to life total. It's usually just you die of value. You just get outvalued and you can't keep up, and then you die because you can't defend yourself because you ran out of resources. So yeah, you died by loss of life, but you died because you just couldn't do anything about it, right? Like, your life total in Magic the Gathering is arguably the like least relevant part of the game typically, unless you have like a, oh, you win the game if you have 600 life or something. Okay, so I thought about running Kaito in my own deck, but Phyrexian Arena is literally just better, so I chose not to. You can run both, I guess, but the token will probably always die, and then I'm just looting, and I don't really want to do that just for Search for Escanta. I feel like I had a lot to say in that little window there. We have no answer to Kaito, so I guess I'm just going to blow him up next turn. We had black or blue? I think blue. Does Blood Chief's Thirst him? Thoist. We can also just kill the ninja. Oh, we can't, because he fades. Yeah, he phases out or whatever. So I can just steal the ninja then. So they can't, like, do the thing with the stuff. Ooh, I would like to cast this so I can Blood Chief's Thirst instead. This seems way too good to pass up right now. We don't care about removal. Thought Distortion is a problem. So are these discard spells, actually. Alright, I'll take that one. And then I'll kill your thing. Thought Distortion does not do anything against us right now, which is absolutely hilarious. Non-creature, non-lands? Yeah, it just doesn't do anything. That's really funny. They loot, which is kind of where we want them to be with Kaito. You basically have to play a creature. Your deck doesn't really do much without one. Which is good for us, because Hostage Taker's sitting here. Why are they mousing over my... What? That can't possibly be the right thing to do there. Is that what you do? I don't think that's ever what you do. But, okay, I don't know what they drew. I would never do that. Never, ever would I do that. Alright, they're looting again. Wait a minute, did they not have a land? That was a land they used to channel. They just discarded a land instead of discarding Thought Distortion. So that means they have more lands in hand, because I think they're still interested in casting this. Alright, they played the one I can... I can't steal it. They played the one that I can't steal. Man. Can I do anything about this? It costs 3? Oh, they're gonna just kill it. I can't let it hit me, though. I literally just can't let it hit me, so... One turn too late. That's unfortunate. Oh. Did my opponent think I could cast this? The only reason they would scoop there is because they think I can cast it. Right? Because you just untap, kill this, get this back. That doesn't mean you're not Thought Distortioning. You probably plus Kaito. You didn't swing for the turn. You have 2 creatures in play. Probably, right? You just cast the other side of this in the same turn. Kaito goes up to whatever. You could just minus it, put another rogue into play or something. I don't think that was a time to scoop there. In fact, the only thing I realistically had going for me was you blowing yourself up, tapping out for a card that doesn't do anything. And I just cast Jin-Gitaxias, which might not do anything. Interesting concession. We were 1 mana away from conceding automatically making sense, but we could not recast this ninja and steal it. Creature decks are becoming tough to run in Brawl unless there's a tryhard doing a huge value. You make me happy. I like to hear stuff like that, let me tell you. Any format that does not devolve into creatures slamming against each other is a format I will play. Pauper is kind of like that. Pauper is usually not a bunch of creatures at the same time. At least regular Pauper. Historic Pauper maybe not yet. But I really like Historic Pauper, and I really wish it was a permanent game mode. I think I would switch over to it if they did make it. Or I'd go back and forth between Commander and Pauper. I thought about setting up a Pauper tournament with my devout followers, but I chose not to because I can't organize anything to save my life, and I want Pauper to just be around forever. I make Pauper decks and I can't play them. It sucks. I play some, like, when you have a quest that's like, play a certain amount of a colored card or whatever, then I'll actually, like, play Pauper in Historic. Just regular Historic. I'll get clapped, but I'll just play a Pauper deck because it's just fun. I don't have to win, right, to complete the daily or whatever. Oh, outside the first 4 daily wins, that is. Alright, so our opponent mulliganed, and then they paused, so stumped on their second one here. They're playing the All-In Ninja. Oh, they have a Slither. Alright, so there's like 2 cards that are super good turn 1 for this deck, and that's one of them. Kind of, actually, you know, not really. Because without the commander in play, they actually don't do anything crazy busted here. Do we play Escanta or Guardian Idol? I think I play Escanta because I'm more interested in looking for answers than I am, like, doing anything else, really. That's decent. Alright, I mean, alright, I guess. Let's see if it works. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't. I'd be kind of surprised if they felt like they needed to protect that. Oh, alright, didn't want to play anymore. I guess it was super important. It makes sense why they paused so long to mulligan, because maybe they're like, oh, this Slitherbait has to live. But if it has to live, I feel like they shouldn't have cast it turn 1, right? Like, if this is super important, just don't cast it. It's not like dealing 1 damage to me 3 times. It's gonna change the game, really. Just don't cast your 1-drop. It sounds weird, but you gotta do what you gotta do. If it was relevant, though I don't think it was, because they play 3 blue sources. Yeah, I don't know. They could have just paused to think because they didn't have a black source beyond just me killing their 1 creature, right? That creature deck was running Thought Distortion as a control hoser. Drew it and failed, yeah. Yeah, that's true. They're like, alright, against all the control nonsense, we have Thought Distortion, and it doesn't do anything. Because it's a 6-mana sorcery. It's kind of hard to do that in an aggressive strategy, right? And it's in black. It's not like it's in red or white or even green. I don't like Thought Distortion at all. I know there's a couple... I know one content creator in particular, he was talking about it, and I'm like, I don't like it at all. Like, Not because it's destroying me specifically in the decks I play. It just doesn't. It's not really how you go about beating your control opponents, really, like at all. I just don't think it's that good. I think literally running Thoughtseize and stuff is just better. You can run both, but most of the time when you cast Thought Distortion, it doesn't wind up doing crazy awesome things for you. We missed our land drop. Blue or black? Does it matter? Not really. We'll do black. This is not good. Alright, we can Hostage Taker this and then distract our opponent to deal with Hostage Taker. Alternatively, we can play Hedron Archive. I kind of like that, especially when they're tapped out. Racing in front of them with mana seems like a good idea. They're still on pace to play 5-mana Nicol Bolas. Really do not care about this one, let me tell you. In fact, they might just... let's see, what are we getting rid of here? I guess the Midnight Clock? No, let's get rid of Crux of Fate. They might just keep it under Hostage Taker? Oh, no, they can't, can they? Yeah, yes, they can. Yes, they can. I still think it's the right thing to do. Let's see if they make a mistake here. Oh, they have Lightning Bolt? Don't have Lightning Bolt. Stifle? What? Why are you running Stifle? Alright, I mean, yeah. You're running Stifle and you stifled a Hostage Taker instead of killing... That means they don't have a way to kill Hostage Taker. That has to mean... That has to be what that means. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, yeah, you're going to recast it. Okay. Well, that's decent, I guess. But now we're down to no cards, banking on Midnight Clock turning this around for us. Narset's a problem. Murderous Rider, not really. Let's take Narset. I don't really care if I lose my 2-3. It doesn't seem super scary. Alright, so Midnight Clock really needs to draw us, like, all the cards. We could die to this, though. This is certainly a serious clock here. And like I was saying earlier... Oh, yeah, it flips. What's squeaking? Something is actually squeaking. Something on my table was squeaking. I don't know what that was. Okay, they did what I would not do with that card. They did what I would never do. Alright, we're going to play this. Guess we'll just mill them. Why did they not plus this? I don't understand. Should have just started drawing cards here. It doesn't make sense to me. Let's see. We can activate this once now. And I guess I can do it again if I put this into play untapped. And I think I am completely in on that. So I don't really have a choice. Narset's out of the picture, so I can draw 7. But our opponent will draw more than 7 because they have that flipped. Please just plus it. Save me the grief, thank God. Please don't -4 my Ashiok. Just do the right thing. Just draw all the cards here. Saheeli? What? Why? Target artifact is creatures... Okay, so it's like a young pyromancer that's difficult to interact with? Okay. This is not looking good. We have to draw 7, like, really fast, and we can't. They're also Grixis, so they can probably answer the Midnight Clock. If they answer it, we lose. We are kind of far from answering it. From doing anything, I mean. This is as good as a draw as it gets. They don't have blue untapped, so this probably resolves. Alright, I mean, yeah. Sure, they did not Murderous... They did not cast Murderous Rider in response. Kind of interesting there. I kind of forgot they could. I probably just should have minused first. Oh, we got rid of Ujin. That's kind of funny. Alright, let's pass. Alright, so now you Murderous Rider? I feel like you should have done it on your own turn. You just sort of gave me kind of a free activation. This is on black, right? Yeah. This looks colorless, honestly. It looks really colorless. They're not interested. Their hand is overloaded, and they did not spend mana to kill Ashiok. That is quite interesting to me. Quite interesting indeed. Alright, so now they kind of have to kill Ashiok because they put a card on top, and I'm sure they want it. Right? Right, opponent, right? 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 No? Oh no. Oh no. Whatever the card was, I guess they want me to mill it then? I mean, okay. You're gonna go to discard though. You might as just snap off the Murderous Rider. That's driving me crazy. I mean, you could even cast. Okay, the Bedevil. All right. I don't know why that was. I feel like that was not a difficult decision in any way, but our opponent found a way to overthink it. I don't know. It seems like the most obvious thing to do was kill that. So that's kind of weird. Kroxa. Okay, they're just snapping off Kroxa to make me lose life. Life, I guess. Kind of weird. We just get to get rid of it. Yeah, I don't understand. They slow rolled Bedevil and then just... Alright, well, moving on. They still have Murderous Rider in hand. They've succeeded in doing that. I can't snap off Jin-Gitaxias. Maybe Gonti is my best bet at just getting out of this nonsense. Or just doubling up on another Planeswalker. I guess we'll just cast Jace. And then plus look for a land or something. Found a land. That's good. Play the land. Obviously, anything we play keep in hand gets discarded to Nicol Bolas, so I can't really keep whatever I tutor for immediately. Alright, so finally Murderous Rider. I feel like this should have been cast 20 years ago, but I guess it sort of paid off. I don't think I'm getting Phyrexian Arena in this spot. Okay. Didn't do anything. Gotcha. Eat to Extinction. Don't really have anything to eat here. Obvious Counterspell is obvious. I guess I will not activate it because it'll go to 1 here from the attack of the servo. And I can just leave up Eat to Extinction. I was about to say, how did this get back to 2 counters? It's because we bounced it. Alright, we have no choice but to attempt to kill that. Opponent might just let it go and recast it later. It's not super relevant. Oh, never mind. Silly me. Well, now they can't flip it. Yeah, I don't think we can beat all this value. Every time we're against the control deck, we can beat them. We have. It's just we find ourselves falling more and more behind sometimes, and it's not even like my opponent really drew cards, and we still fell behind. We've milled quite a nice pile of cards, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're just falling behind. Which we should not be falling behind. If anything, we should have a better... We should be favored in Grixis versus like blue-black because we're more honed in on like one kind of thing. They're like spread out again into more stuff, and we're still just falling behind, which doesn't feel like something we should be doing. So I think I want to drop... Jin-Gitaxias feels like it's impossible to resolve the damn thing. And then when I do, it doesn't feel like it's doing anything. Like the one time I cast it, it died to enchantment spell. Like, I'm going to get rid of them. Also, Phyrexian Arena, every time I think I can go for it, I'm just too low and I can't. So maybe just a regular card draw spell is better. Instant speed card draw, that is. Let's see. What do we like? I don't really like the Seek card, the 6-mana one. It's not horrible, but I don't know. I don't have a ton of options. Which one is the one that makes you... Oh, it's it's a sorcery. Draw 3, discard a basic land or whatever. Or just a land. We can't run into the story or Cling to Dust because Ashiok will just make it so this always costs 7. That's just not a good idea. But if the games go as long as they have been, this would be good. But exiling your opponent's graveyard means... We also can't run Drown in the Lock for the same reason. Exiling your opponent's graveyard. We can maybe add things in our deck that help if we mill ourselves, like an escape card or something, flashback cards. Search for Escanta even. Jumpstart cards. I don't think I'm going to do that though. We can drop cancel for the better one that like draw discards, right? This is a oh no, the basic is an instant one. Which one's the sorcery one? The enchantment one? The artifact? No, it's not. One of these is a sorcery. I guess it's none of these. I don't know which one it is. Alright, so I'll add Thirst for Discovery. I don't really care for Commit to Memory too much. You find the Villain's Lair. Yeah, it's the same thing as Cancel, except it has a Faithless Looting stuck on it. So I'll take the L and drop Cancel just to make ourselves a little bit better. Card draw is always nice to some degree. Recurring card draw would be nice, but we don't have a lot of that going on. There's not too much in the way of options for it either. Imagine we could play Nexus. Oh, Wizards, please. Nexus would destroy this format. Part of me really wants to run Discover the Formula. I like the card. We're going to try it. We're going to try Discover the Formula. I really do like the card. It just costs 6 mana. It's just so steep. So steep. So steep. Alright, we're like 7-5, I think. We might even be even. No, I don't think we've lost 7 games. Might be like 7-5. That sounds right. Sounds about right. I'm in denial. We're always positive, right? We're always at least breaking even. We've also only seen the reality chip played once ever, and I think it was day 1, maybe day 2. And it didn't do anything and lost really fast. It's kind of sad because someone in chat was excited about it, like, "Oh, the reality chip," and then it can't do anything. It's disappointment. All right, so we're against Mardu again. We have a sweeper this time. I don't really expect it to be tokens again, though. It'd be kind of surprising. Treasure map. All right. We have both our man lands, and they both came in untapped. Let's see, do we want blue or black? I guess it has to be black for double black, given this hand, outside of Key to the Archive. Nadar, Selfless Paladin, Venture, other creatures complete as... when it enters... Okay. Do we kill that? I feel like we should. I don't want them to continuously venture into Le Dungeon. But we have a sweeper next turn, so I don't think we have to. We just do this, discover another sweeper. I think that's fine. Pitching a land. Oh boy, I get myself in trouble with this one, but I'm no stranger to trouble. Let's see if they have a artifact and artifact destruction spell or something. Oh, there's red. Don't do it. I swear to God. Don't you dare do it. Yep, venture, get a treasure token in the shower. Don't you do it. Okay. That's pretty good. We have to snap off this Day of Judgment. I do not like cards that I can't cast without my Key to the Archive sitting in my hand, so I am going to just run this out real quick. They draw a card. We're in a decent spot, though. We actually have Tails End up. I'm not going to Tails End a Solemn Simulacrum trigger. What is the backside of this? 2 last for each creature sacrifice. And opponent sacrifices a creature. Create a 3/6 with haste, deals 3, whatever. Alright, so we lost Key, but we didn't lose it forever. And our opponent actually gave us access to doing it again at some point in the future. So there's an argument to just not doing this ever. Oh, wait, no. No. I always do this. Skyclave Apparition does not give you the card back. You do not get your card back. It is gone forever. I always do that. I'm like, oh, you just keep my commander stuck under the thing real quick there. I don't need it, right? I'll just kill this and get my commander back. And then it doesn't work that way, and you feel really stupid. This is a very strange card to see. I guess it makes your commander cheaper. You can sacrifice it, it replaces itself. Kind of weird, though. Alright, we take 3. Opponent has done a good job at drawing more cards than us. I guess I'll end step kill the Skyclave so I have a 4/4 sitting there. Oh, really? Okay, well, I mean, no? If I was guaranteed a land, I could let it resolve, cast Blood in the Snow, but it's not the world we live in. At this point, I feel fine with just combat tricking them. Killing Skyclave in combat and blocking the companion. I kind of expect the 4/4 to die to a removal spell before we get to that spot, but you never know. Opponent floated a red real quick. Opponent's on their P's and Q's here. Alright, they flipped that, so they have 3 more cards there. We're being outvalued by a Mardu aggro deck. That is not at all where you want to be. If that's happening to you, you got to reevaluate your junk. Rip apart. Okay, I would actually rip apart the Cold Steel Heart. I would not rip apart Escanta. At least given the situation, but yeah, you never know what's going on. If they have they have one, are you serious? In a sack effect to draw cards? Of course. Of course! Well, we lose Murderous Rider. Can we at least block the 1/1? Let me guess, it's Lightning Bolt? No, it's nothing. Okay. So, if we cast Ashiok, are we happy? I guess. I mean, there are a Mardu deck. I might as well. It might distract our opponent a little bit, and they might feel like they have to do something about it. Who knows what else is going on? Oh, we got the 6-minute Chandra. That's quite nice to hit. There can be haste threats, and we don't exactly kill people with damage. How reckless is it to attack? I think I'm still going to attack because they have this, and it can always just kill my token anyways, and I feel like I hadn't gotten anywhere. I don't know. So they do feel like Ashiok is scarier than the 4/4. It's kind of funny. I really just... I think I would have blown up Cold Steel Heart. I'm missing lands. What is this really doing against you? Okay, it would have denied your Fable Passage. Okay. Sure. 5, 6, 7, 8. They can crack 1 treasure token to play this. Is it indestructible? No. This seems really not great. It's just like a 3/6 that deals some damage to you. I really don't think this is great. I can just kill this. You can spam it, though. That's kind of cool, I guess. I feel like this is just not... This doesn't even have a mana cost. It dies to Bloodchief's Thirst. Oh, that's really depressing. Alright, I mean, okay. I can't leave a counterspell if I foretell, so... Wow, we're really missing land drops, huh? There's like 43 in the deck. Okay, I can't let them really resolve anything. Milled 2 lands and a mana rock, so they weren't going to be doing much. I think it's important to hit lands, so I should probably multiverse on my own turn. Well, now I guess I can't. Now I guess we're not doing that. Drew a Negate. They cycle the Mardu Triome. Croxa. Come on, dude. Okay, so we get rid of Negate. It's not really doing anything. The other two cards aren't really doing much either, but yep, I probably won't wind up casting Negate. We just lose the Croxa. What a surprise. This is exactly why we have Ashiok, and now we don't. We could have cast it. I just didn't expect this, obviously. I feel like they just top-decked it. Okay, well, I can kill it, and I basically have to. Oh, look, it's lands, except we don't really want them anymore. I guess I'll keep one. Ooh, alright, that was huge. That was huge. It kind of makes me want to get rid of this Blood in the Snow, then. That was actually quite nice. Get to exile Croxa. That's really good. I really want to pay... No, we can't afford to do that. We're just gonna do this. I swear to God, if you have another sack card... Alright, they don't. Let's play this on blue. What is this on black? Yeah, so blue. Let's just put this away. They can play another one of these, right? Oh, maybe not, because they've gotten rid of so many of these treasure tokens. How much does it cost? 12? Okay, so I guess they can't. 5. Yeah, they can't do that. Hey, they played that thing, which I'm not big on. It makes a bunch of 1/1s a couple times, and then it doesn't do anything. Okay, so we can tutor for... Yeesh, I don't know. I don't actually know what we get. Whatever it is, I can't really cast it. Or it's most likely I won't be able to cast it. We can get, like, a sweeper. I don't really want to get a discard spell, and I really don't want to get another counter spell. Hero's Downfall? Yikes. I guess we can just try to get super reckless and take something like this. And have the game come to us. Do we have time for that? I don't care if we have time for it. I want to cast this card, dude. I'm in the mood for it. You can't discount Counterspell, though. Okay, so -2, and then a -1. Okay, sure. Yep, not gonna do anything about that one. Alright, so we can discover the formula. We go down to 1 given this situation. Elspeth might kill us here, unless we find something. Yep, I can't really cast Discover and find something, so I guess we're going to 1. I'm not playing around a burn spell. That seems stupid. Oh, they have a burn spell, really? Of course they do. Yep. Let me guess. It's the first burn spell we saw, right? Yep. What a surprise. Alright, whatever. We lost to the worst Planeswalker in the game. But I did get greedy. I could have just not done that. I don't know what to get, though. Like, I can't cast it. The fact that the game lasted that long when we were that mana screwed... Like, we had 4 lands in play for, like, 5 turns. Well, maybe not 5. It would have been 4 turns or something. We were mana screwed for so long, and it still felt like we had things to do, which is kind of good. It obviously... We just couldn't come back from that. We got mana screwed way too many times. Talking about mana screw, this is definitely the opposite of that. Narset, the Jeskai one. I mean, I gotta keep this hand. I gotta keep this hand. Yeah, so far we're barely breaking even, though. The games have been interesting. Ashiok is such a weird commander. Well, the 3-mana one. Opponent is at a complete loss. Can't handle the Ashiok. The -2 does kill Ashiok over and over. Wow, they really don't know if they want to keep their hand. That's weird. It looks like they read their own commander too. They're like, yeah, we'll see how spicy it really is. Maybe they're looking up my stream, want to see my hand. Like, Beasley? I know Beasley. Let me just, And then all of a sudden they see my hand, like, oh, this hand is excellent. I don't think Narset's particularly a try-hard strategy. If you want to play maybe it might be the best Jeskai commander. I don't know. I haven't really looked at the Jeskai ones. They're usually not that great to me. Like, the creature-based ones seem really bad. And, alright, well, I guess they're forced to keep it now, so that's interesting. I think Teferi might just be better, unless you really want to play red. Alright, let's play out you. How important is the colors now? Let's just play this. If we can cheat out Jace super fast, I'm going to be very happy. Distract our opponent by playing Ashiok as well seems reasonable. Could do one or the other here. I think I'm going to run out Ashiok, though. Seems better. Deny some cards from them, but not too many. Ooh, that was a good mill. We hit Ujin, Tezzeret, and well, this I don't really care about, but these two are pretty good. So they're a Super Friends deck, then. Sure. With no red mana, currently. Whenever opponent attacks one or more creatures, put a loyalty counter on each. Whenever permanent spell, draw. Do I have a clean answer to that? Not really. I can hostage taker it. Is that a good idea? I don't feel like it is. I feel like just running out Jace now is better than anything ever, so I'm going to do that. An uncontested Jace is quite nice. I think the game is early enough. I can get away with an Inquisition, especially when it's an extra card here, and I'll just mill again, I guess. Land the Scarab God, or the Locust God, and Mangara. Well, that wouldn't have done anything against us. Alright, we hit a red source. We hit their one red source. They have no more red mana. Aw. Alright, so they can... Yep. Minus this and probably just easily kill Jace. To the surprise of no one here. It looks exactly like what they're doing. What a surprise. Okay, my opponent killed the wrong Planeswalker, but let's not tell them that they did that. That made absolutely no sense. We will plus this Jace, because our opponent let us do this for some reason. This is another person who is unreasonably afraid of Ashiok, in my opinion. Let's see how right that is. They have Baron, and then they have the best card in their deck in hand, but no way to defend it. We can play this to kill this slowly, but I think we're fine just not doing that right now. We'll just run this out on blue and pass the turn. Ooh, do we kill Narset with this 2/2? Ah, it's too late now, though. Yeah, it's just too late. Otherwise, yeah, it's too late now. That sucks. If I didn't play this, I could activate this, kill, and then leave out counter magic. Huh? Okay. What? So you're gonna minus Narset? What are we doing here? I. You're gonna minus Narset, getting rid of Whirlwind of Thought? What? This seems so not good. I don't think I would do this. But we'll take it. I mean, yeah, sure. So you pitch your Whirlwind, and then you have an. You pitch a land? Well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, it's driving me crazy. All right, so we for 2 turns in a row have Jason play for no reason. Actually, we might for another turn as well because they actually can't kill it currently. Wow. Sure. So we want another counterspell, kind of. I feel like that's what the game is about, but I do have to deal with this board. So let's do that and then leave up counter magic. I'm not going to respect a second counterspell, like 2 counterspells in a row or whatever. So they have a counterspell? Is that what this tells me? I think so. Do you counter a Phyrexian Scriptures? Are your creatures that important to you? Okay, they don't. A reason to actually counter this is because it puts lethal in play if it's an instant for Jace, so Jace would die. Because of 4 power. So they would keep their board and kill Jace if they countered that. So it's kind of a win-win to counter that, and they did not counter it. So I, again, don't really know what's going on. Alright, put Jace to 1 here. Sure, this is them not casting an instant or sorcery pre-combat. So they're not planning on casting one, otherwise they would have just done it. Please don't have a counterspell. If you have a counterspell, you should have done this pre-combat, so you would have been able to fight while also killing Jace with enough power in play. Wow. Okay, so the card in hand is not a counterspell. It's some sort of burn spell. Oh, a protection spell maybe? Is that what's going on? Bounce spell? Exile and return it to the end step with a counter on it. No? Alright. I ain't gonna say nothing. Let's plus here. We can end step kill this, or we can just play Ashiok and plus. I guess we're the Super Friends deck now. This also disincentivizes playing Teferi because we can just minus it, put it back to their hand. They might just snap off Narset, minus it to kill Jace finally? Jace should not have been in play that long. I don't... Okay. Sure. It's weird, too, because they were stumped on their mulligan for so long. Like, it's not like this person's new to the game. They have the mana base in the cards. Like, they have a deck full of rares and mythics. They play a good amount of Magic, and they were stumped heavily on their mulligan, and then made some very interesting decisions. Kind of wish I could see their hand, but from what we saw, I don't. I mean, they were even running a card that has nothing to do with planeswalkers, and it seemed like they're interested in defending creatures, but that's not what their game plan is. Like, if you have like 10 creatures in your deck and you're really trying to defend those 10 creatures, they have to be super important to your strategy. Otherwise, you're just like you're defending something that isn't particularly, like, I don't know. Moving on. Like, important to your strategy, right? All right, we're playing against the other Jeskai thing that I would argue was a bit worse than Narset. Definitely different than Narset, but we can certainly beat this. We don't really even develop a lot of permanents for them to like target. I don't know. I'm glad to see new commanders. This just isn't one that I think is particularly strong, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Doesn't mean it isn't any fun, any less fun. Attacking their graveyard seems like a good idea in this format. In this matchup, they definitely play to it. They're playing the Brony. They're a Brony. Oh god, we've already lost. Let's see, do we need to leave up Negate? It's kind of free to leave up Negate. I have plenty of lands to just worry about it later. I don't know what I'm negating on turn 2, though. One is reading Ashiok once more. Like, what does this do? What do? Alright, play something. Sure, that's not what I meant, but that works. I am not going to leave up a counterspell this turn. I will just Ashiok and snap a minus. Send him a message, land. Mastermind's Acquisition. Okay. The other Jeskai creature commander. I guess they belong in the same deck? Alright. Sarah's Emissary? What the heck? Midnight Clock? Okay. I must admit it's kind of satisfying to spam minus over and over, even though it's not really, you know, technically doing much, but it feels good. Okie dokie. They played 3 basics, 4 basics. Declined to play their commander. We have a decent turn next turn. Do we minus again? At this point, I think I will. We're not trying to mill them, but there's a chance we hit something super crucial like Magma Opus. Oh, they have Goblin War Leader in their deck. Woo, or Warlord, War Boss. What, Legion War Boss. No, they're all the same. Alright, here comes a draw spell, maybe? Oh, burn spell? I don't care about that. I really don't care about that. That is A-okay. That's adorable. They didn't even draw a discard. They just made a treasure token. Interesting. So they certainly have something to do this turn, right? Do we care about this? No, not really. Not really. Sorry, opponent. I don't think I care. We'll just, whoop. You know how many removal spells they're going to have to counter to keep this alive? Too many. So many that our opponent agrees that it is not a good idea to do it. Yeah, we got Mass Manipulation, which, let me tell you, was not going to do anything against us. We're not going to run into a counterspell. I think they have one. Pretty screaming that they had one at least. Mind Stone. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't do anything. We can force a fight here, and I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, that's actually kind of fine here. I'm not going to try to like get this under a counterspell, especially when that's sitting there. Okay, so they did not have a counterspell? Okay, what else is going on here? Raven form? I don't know what Sarah's Emissary is doing in their deck. They can't even polymorph into it because they're running Legion War Boss. What was this pile of cards? Yeah, Mass Manipulation was not going to do anything against us that game. Like, it steals what? Ashiok, maybe? I can't even see myself as resolving 2 Planeswalkers. Okay, sure. Discover broke them. Yeah, I guess so. They had to have a counterspell there, though. Had to. Maybe they just didn't want to cast it, and then they like realize I'm going to untap and do something? I don't know what that thing could be that's so scary. But again, it seemed like another opponent who may have been better off draw discarding, just looting 2 with the Prismari command instead of killing my Ashiok, right? Because to the extent of my knowledge, it wasn't really doing much. That there really is something to be said about that. People seem to be quite afraid of Ashiok sitting there, which I did not expect. I did not expect that. No, lands. Otherwise, that would be a decent draw. Alright, so I think we're 1-1 against Kaito. I think. No, we might have only been... Yeah, I think we've only played against it once, so that's not true. Getting Escanta out early is really nice. I don't have a counterspell for... Oh, yes, I do. No, I don't. I could have had one if I left up. If I played an I don't want to get rid of this, but I'm just going to get rid of it. Alright, so now we do have a counterspell up for Kaito. Did they snap off Kaito? I wonder. Wow. No ninjutsu. No Kaito. This is actually pretty decent here. No, we like our whole hand, though, so it's not necessarily that great. Just putting it away means I don't have to spend mana on it. Play a land, get a black source. We can check for traps? Nah, we're just going to leave up our mana and pass. Which means I probably didn't even want to fetch a land right now, but it probably doesn't matter. I doubt our opponent will stifle Fabled Passage. We've played against 2 decks with Stifle in it so far. They have to have something here. Okay, their whole turn 3 was literally do nothing. That is very interesting to me. Alright, Sauces for 1, that's fine. Leaving up counterspells, maybe? I mean, if you countered card draw, I feel like I'm in a very good spot. Even if it's like a Spell Pierce. Okay, so now we officially have no idea what's going on. We're looking for lands here. That's not a... Oh, it is a land, actually. So, whoop, and pass. It is kind of on our opponent to do something. They skipped their turn 4. Wow. Okay, there goes Chemist's Insight. Rip. Okay, you can play a 1-1. That's adorable. Alright, they finally decide to do this. We deny them the Phyrexian Arena. This is looking good. Things are coming up, Ashiok. Yeah. This is certainly a good spot to be in. We want more lands. I feel comfortable with foretelling a card and passing, or do we foretell another one? We can foretell another one. No. Yes? Yes. Sure. If they cast Kaito, it's their whole mana, their whole turn, right? So we can probably just attempt to. Grim Tutor. We'll probably get something that they have to immediately cast, or something I can hit with check for traps. So either way, I'm not scared of it. If it's a discard spell, we're definitely not scared of it. A ninjutsu card could be a bit of an issue, but again, I don't think we're that scared of it. I think this is fine. I could get into trouble with this, but I don't think I will. I'm kind of hoping it's just the ninja that draws a card every time it hits you, because it feels like that's a very weak target to tutor for. And in this given situation, it might be something they want to get. Though they could respect a removal spell. I mean, it's not like I don't have them. It could also be a land. Oh, nope, it's ninjutsu. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, there was a pause there, though. There was a pause there. These are decent. There's a land, an eat, extinction removal spell. Okay, sure. How many cards in our graveyard? Just 2. Wash Away seems like a safe bet. I guess I'm going to play this as a land then, but we'll lead with check the traps first. We'll check for traps. Uh-oh, counterspell. Saw it coming? Something in their hand is important. Thoughtseize? There's no way that's the card you kept. Why did you not cast that? What? I kind of have to take Thoughtseize, don't I? The rest of their hand is actually horrible, so yeah, let's just take Thoughtseize. The rest of their hand is really bad. And pass. Leave up a Wash Away. Their hand actually doesn't do anything at all, come to think of it. Doesn't do anything at all. Yeah, okay, you dealt 2 damage. Okay. Drew a land. Nope. They are saucing us with the beats here, you know? I mean, the beats are coming. They're just not particularly, like, crazy. Go away. Land. Alright, so we can play Ashiok and reset their graveyard. I'm kind of interested in doing that just a little bit, but alternatively we can tutor for a counterspell. I know, wash away, right? They probably didn't think I had a counterspell given the fact that the time warp snap resolved, but it's obviously we did. Think we want a sweeper though, just to be safe. They're all 1-minute cards. We can exile all of them with an extinction event. I think this is a good idea here. I don't like getting two sweepers in this spot. But we also have nothing to do unless we Essence Scatter, which I don't expect to happen. They have to draw a land to recast this. So it's kind of safe to tap out. It gets around Tail's End as well. This seems fine. Alright, well they weren't going to draw anything strong, and now those cards are out of the way. They were not going to draw land? No, I think the card was Command Tower, so I guess they kind of were. Let's see if they attack Ashiok. Alright, so this opponent seems to be on their P's and Q's about Ashiok not doing anything. Unfortunate for us. No land, though. Solve the Equation is definitely a good card, so sure. We finally flipped it, dude. Finally flipped it. We'll lead with this. They could have drawn a counterspell. It's not impossible. It wasn't a land. It wasn't a creature. It wasn't a 6 or down mana permanent. Okay, so they just cycle that to draw? I feel like they should have done that on their own turn, honestly. Kind of weird. Kind of strange. Kind of odd. Alright, so we minus here. We have no counterspell. Oh, they had Ulamog in their deck? Oh, well, I mean, they had Ulamog in their deck. I guess we leave up Iskanta. Alright, so play a land and cast Kaito, and then I eat it. That's adorable. Yep, so they minus it, we eat it. It phases out on my turn, not their own turn. Oh, they loot it. They actually looted. They did not make a 1/1. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so num num num. They did a 5-mana draw discard. I will certainly keep Negate. Have all our things checked off here, and then I'll mill again. Because why not? They had Shieldred in their deck? Opponent's going deep. Yeah, Shieldred, dude. Alright, we'll take the Seek card and pass. Probably wind up having to counter something, though, to be honest. Opponents casting the best cards, dude. They have Shieldred in their... no. I don't even want to read it. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to counter it. Is this where we scoop? Scoopy whoopy? Nope. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Sure. Switch for Iskanta. Oh, Tails End it. Do it. Come on. Yes. All right. Oh, that's great. All right, so I'll trade Ashiok with the Knight. In fact, they might not want to kill the Knight. There's an argument to not minusing, because if they top deck a tutor, they can do that, and we're upset, but we have a negate for a tutor anyways. It's not really a big deal. What did we mill that time, actually? I wasn't looking. Massacre Worm? My opponent is, you know, some spicy stuff. Oh, they are killing it. Alright, this seems good. They know I can recast it and just start milling them again, so they're willing to do that. Interesting. They just had nothing. Okay. Opponent has top-decked counterspells at the perfect time, but it's not good enough. They bounce their... Oh, yeah, yeah. And then they can cycle it for Pact of Negation. Looks like they don't have it, I guess. That was not a great pile of cards, honestly, but we'll take what we can get here. Play that, play this, leave up this concept, I guess. Mill them again. They had a Hole Breaker. Man, opponent's going deep. What is this deck? Junji? Cemetery Illuminator? Look at the top card. Okay. Sure. I'll kill it in response to it targeting something. Oh, I guess I can't. Rip. So instants can be played off the top. That is probably fine. Do we bounce these, or do we just... Wait a minute, they played those backwards. You should have... Oh, no, this is not a legendary. For some reason, I thought it was. Okay, we're gonna Escanta, I think. We can bounce all of these. Contempt. Sure. Alright. It's kind of weird to bounce these, because they do get to redraw off of this. This is a weird game, right? This is where we're, like, not being able to close the game out kind of being a problem. I really don't care about these. But I think it's a safe bet to just reset the board. So I'm just going to reset the board. Our opponent is certainly not upset about this. They get to cast Foulmire Knight for the 3rd time. And we minus. We got the extra turn and key to the archive. Okay. So they know about a removal spell. Not that it really matters, because it's probably just going to go towards a 1/1 or something. I think I'm going to... Wow, you're playing that in the face of a Vraska's Contempt. That's quite aggressive. I think I'm going to decline the access to this one, though. That one's kind of annoying. Let's put that back on top. And then I can mill it with Ashiok, which is kind of a cool combo there. Okay, they play Evolving Wilds. Oh, they shuffled. Oh, they can't. They can't search the library. It does get shuffled, though. It does get shuffled, I'm pretty sure. Perfect. Alright. So, Escanti Wanti Uwu. Let's get ourselves a... Sure. Opponent is in it for the long haul. I gotta respect that. We'll get ourselves a Midnight Clock. That actually works out nicely, given everything. We'll just kill this now. Oh no, they can sacrifice it to the tower. It doesn't do anything, does it? No. Gets exiled either way. Alright, so we can... I kind of want to just kill this. So, keep the board clear. Seems reasonable enough to me. But they will sacrifice it this time, so I don't gain 2 life. Makes sense to me, at least. Or they can just kill it with a Fatal Push. I guess that's reasonable as well. But I think sacking it to the arena makes more sense. It ended up getting sacked to the arena anyways, because of the... because you have to sack it to get the black. That's funny. We got the Eye of the Hive Tyrant, so we don't have to deal with a stupid manland. And we leave out Whirlwind Denial for the attempt at casting their commander. Can they? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They can if they draw an untapped land right now. Beam, boom, beam, boom, beam, boom. Shambling Geist. I cannot say I'm scared of that. We can block that with the Guardian Idol. I don't care about a 1/1 bird. Have we even milled a ninja? No. Wow. Okay. We have not milled a ninja. How is my opponent holding priority here? Oh, the Phyrexian Tower. Gotcha. At this point, I'm kind of interested in activating the Midnight Clock, but I guess it does it on its own. We can just sort of do this here. Inquisition has no targets. I'll just take the mana, I guess. Untap. Untapperino. Blood in the Snow. Do we care about these? Not really, but I guess it's kind of free to just keep the board clear once more, so why not? We get to steal something? I guess. They get a treasure token, which lets them cast their commander now. But we have Whirlwind Denial for it. No, we don't get to steal anything. Do I mill? I think I do. Put Ashiok to 1. They have 38 cards left. We've actually milled over half their deck. I can't say most of these cards have been super relevant for them, but Ulamog certainly would have been. Certainly would have done something. We probably could have countered it, but... No. Opponent is really sticking this through. I gotta respect that. They are not giving in, dude. They're gonna go till I run out of gas or till they're decked out. They're gonna keep going. Drown in the Lock. In Thoughtseize or whatever. Insanity. Thief of Insanity. Dockside Chef. This is spicy, dude. Spicy. Alright, mill him again. This is great. I'm having a great time. I hope my opponent's having a good time. I'm having a good time. Alright. Alright. We haven't necessarily pulled ahead, but we certainly have drawn more cards than them, right? So it's hard for them to keep up with the Niscanta going. Yeah, let's take the universal removal. I guess this one prevents me from losing life. I don't know. There has to be a card in their deck that they're like, they think can just get them out of this. I don't know what it is, though. There goes their Iskanta and a Midnight Clock. Wasn't really going to do anything, but it's not there anymore. I'll crack Mindstone. And when our Midnight Clock resets, we actually shuffle everything back in, so... I'm not going to swing. They could have dead removal spells in hand, like the beginning of the game. They don't have anything here. I think I'll scry with Castle. We're getting close to the Midnight Clock, so being able to avoid losing... Oh, actually, I guess it was free. I could have done both there, actually. Actually could have done both. Oh. Not used to a game like this, huh? They Memory Lapse my... Wow. Opponent. That is rude. Do I mill it away? Nah. Let's just... And... pass. I can scry it away. Land. Jin Gataxias? Alright. Can I kill... No. Let's not do stupid stuff. Yeah. Wait a minute. Why didn't they wait till my end step? They could have waited and then casted at instant speed, making me discard my whole hand. That was probably smarter, right? Let's see. If I let them draw 7, they go to 11, they go to 7, and they have to kill their own Jin Gataxias or they lose right then and there. Which is probably quite like... Oh, wait, they can just tower it. They can just tower it. So yeah, they just draw 7 for 10 mana. I can't imagine that was the card that was the backbreaker. I really don't... I saw their whole deck, dude. So what's going on here? We saw absolutely no ninjas. So our opponent was more on what we do with Kaito, which is play him as a Phyrexian Arena. And I argue he's better that way anyways, because... there's not enough ninjas to do crazy stuff with him. And I mean, that's basically what he does no matter what, right? Just don't get trapped into thinking that ninjutsu is the way to do it. Typhoid Rats, huh? I like that one. That one makes me happy. Thief of Sanity, some counterspells, some removal, extra turn effects, this thing. I don't know why they're running Artificer's Assistant. I don't think there's enough legendaries for that to feel like a good decision, but maybe there are. I don't think there is. Sinister Reflections. Conjure a duplicate of 2 non-token creatures in your hand. Okay. Hostage Taker. Tome of the Infinite. Shieldred wasn't going to do anything there. Delver of Secrets is very weird. This is just a mishmash of blue-black cards. This is all over the place, but I gotta like to see it. Jin Gataxias, that is so funny. If I didn't have an answer to that, I'd be beside myself if that killed us. That'd be insane. Actually, accidentally did not activate Escanta for a turn as well, so we actually were down a card in terms of value. That was certainly a very good last 2 cards, right? Like, they're top decking, and then one of them was a 2-mana counterspell, and the other was Jin Gataxias. So that was cool. But I think that will be it for now. What did we not like? I feel like we undid the card draw issue at the end there. Or maybe we were just playing against opponents that let us get to the card draw in the first place. Discover the Impossible. We never actually cast this card, but there's a lot of 2-mana cards that it can hit, and they're all good except, I guess, Thassa's Intervention. And at the end of the day, it still is just a simple cantrip if you don't end up casting it. I'm pretty sure you can cast sorcery speed cards, I think, so I can, like, instant speed check for traps. I'm not sure. Seldom will it happen anyways, right? Discover the Formula felt good every time I cast it. That's not really a surprise. It guarantees 3 non-lands, so it's not like it draws into lands, which is nice. We were never mana screwed except once, which is about average for my play sessions, given the fact that I'm not playing like 30 lands anymore, like a greedy boy. I guess Gonti didn't feel too great. Gonti did not feel great, so maybe he could just be something else. Yeah, it just didn't feel great. Siphon Insight still feels decent, though. I think this is still worth attempting. It is just, like, value central, even if that value is not particularly great. It does hit lands, right? Yeah, this is one that does steal lands that you can play. So it's always relevant. It's like Soul Ring. You know, I heard someone say, like, I don't run Soul Ring in my commander deck. Not all decks run Soul. It's like, no, every single deck ever runs Soul Ring. Don't tell me otherwise. Even if somehow every single card in your deck did not have colorless in the cost, Soul Ring still lets you pay for commander tax. Like, Soul Ring is always good. It's just one of the cards. You never not run Soul Ring. I'm surprised how much of this deck I ended up liking, and so much. Like, we didn't come back and forth to take things out. Is this the definitive way to run blue-black control? Maybe. Depending on what you think you want to play against, I guess you could swap out Ashiok for a stronger blue-black commander. But Ashiok was actually pretty good, especially given the amount of people that were scared of it. At least in my assessment, shouldn't have been scared of it, but obviously I don't know exactly what their deck is or whatever. But usually, if someone plays Ashiok against me, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, sure. You take out some of my tutor effects, but that's all you're doing. You shut down my Search for Escanta. I'm not really playing with my graveyard, so Divide by Azure seems like a good one. The fact that this just got, like, banned in Standard just makes me want to run it. The fact that they think it's that good. Even though it's the kind of card I'm not typically big on, but it is a bounce spell, and those are pretty decent with the chance to loot. Yeah, Compulsive Research was what I was thinking of earlier. Because the one we're running is has to be basic, and then the sorcery one is any land. So there's that. That's what I was thinking of earlier. No, I don't think we're on a Psychic Corrosion plan or a Teferi's Mill thing. I do like Conversion, though. Can get rid of a dead card, but it's a sorcery. I don't know. The 4-mana Minorox felt good. I really do like them more than the 3-mana ones. I really do. Just because they tap for 2 and it just winds up being quite nice. You could go into 2 and a 4 and then like cast one of these super fast or something. Jace felt good. Ashiok didn't really get to use him, but he felt decent. Hostage Taker also felt quite nice, which is kind of surprising. The counter spells felt all fine. The discard spells felt fine. Was there ever a spot where I was disappointed with an Inquisition? I don't think so, but I still don't like it. So it's get out of here. Get out of here. We're never full on cards, so I don't see the wizard class being that great. This almost feels like a Brainstorm deck because we can mill ourselves with Ashiok. So Brainstorm is kind of on the table. That's not terrible. I'm super picky with Brainstorm though. I feel like I have to be super consistently like getting rid of the 2 cards, or I just don't like Brainstorm. Could be wrong though. If it's like a top deck and you draw 3 and you pick the best 3 and put the other 2 back and it ends up being good. So there's that. I don't know. I'm just gonna put Brainstorm in here. I think it's just good enough. Just keep in mind, if you do play this deck, you can mill yourself with Ashiok and make this viable. Because otherwise I'm not super big on it. I really feel like there's got to be more I wasn't happy about, but there really isn't. I kind of liked everything. I even liked Disdainful Stroke, which I typically don't, but I kind of liked it here. Also, what is going on with his art? It's so weird. The weirdest art. Yeah, no, I like this. I like this. I really think we could go down maybe 2 lands because our curve is quite low. You probably could shave a couple lands and add something else, but this is about where I would be unless you wanted to go. This still doesn't look like Elden Ring. Yeah, I know. I know. You could probably, shave a couple lands here. But no, I'll leave it. I'll leave it like that. I am satisfied. So yeah, let me know what you would or would not play. Let me know what you did or did not like. Also, there was someone who said like this deck sucks, and they didn't tell me why. I'm like, okay, like you have a list of this commander. Like, nope, they just didn't tell me. They just said it was bad. I go, all right, well, thanks for the advice. But anyways, that's just people. Like, comment, and make sure to subscribe so I get to 500 subs by the end of the year. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.